Hey everybody, quick tip if you're selling a waterfront home or waterfront land here at Lake Anna. Make sure to include in your listing the amount of waterfront that you have. This is so important. What is waterfront? The waterfront is the measurement in feet of how much shoreline you have. Why is this important? Well, not including this measurement is like trying to sell a race car and not advertising how fast it will go. Not including this measurement is like trying to sell a dog and not explaining what type of breed it is. This measurement, the shoreline measurement is, if you're a waterfront seller, it's one of the most important data points that you want to put out there about your property. The amount of shoreline you have has a direct impact on the value of your property. A property that has 50 feet of shoreline is going to be valued very differently than a property with 500 feet of shoreline. The amount of shoreline that you have is likely going to impact your water view. A property with a 50 foot shoreline, the water view is going to be very different than a property with a 500 foot shoreline. And another reason advertising the amount of shoreline you have is very important has to do with your boathouse. Here at Lake Anna, the Dominion regulations provide that the more shoreline you have, the larger your boathouse can be. If your shoreline is under 55 feet, you cannot have a boathouse. If you have between 55 feet of shoreline and 100 feet of shoreline, you can have a boathouse, and the size is determined by simply adding a 0 to the amount of waterfront you have. For instance, if you have 75 feet of waterfront, add a 0, 750, you therefore can have 750 square foot boathouse. If you have a 95 foot shoreline, you could have a 950 square foot boathouse. The next step up is between 100 and 300 feet of shoreline. If you have between 100 and 300 feet of shoreline, you can have a boathouse that is 2,000 square feet in size. And if you have shoreline that exceeds 300 feet, then you can have a boathouse up to 3,000 square feet in size. It's a very big boathouse. How is the square footage of your boathouse calculated? Well, the easiest way to think about that is footprint. It's calculated based on the footprint of the boathouse above the water. So in other words, if you were to look at your boathouse from a satellite image, a satellite perspective, looking down on it, you would calculate it based on that. So in other words, boat slips and cutouts do count towards your square footage. Again, if you're looking down from above, the footprint shape. Another thing to think about is the sidewalk. Many boathouses have a sidewalk, a walkway leading out to the boathouse. That sidewalk, that walkway does not count towards your total square footage as long as the width of that sidewalk does not exceed 5 feet. Another common question I get, if I have a double-decker boathouse, does that count as additional square footage towards my total amount? The answer is no. Why? Well, going back to my comments just a minute ago about how it's measured, square footage for the boathouse is measured by total footprint. So with a double-decker boathouse, if you're looking down at it from above, the size of it doesn't get any bigger from a left to right sense. It doesn't increase the size of the footprint on the lake when looking at it down from above. So you can add a large double deck and it does not count towards your square footage so long as it doesn't increase the total overall footprint size of your boathouse.